What is up, investors? Jason here. So in this video, we're going to go take a look over at the blockchain mining stocks, Marathon Digital, Riot Blockchain, Hive Blockchain, HUD-A, etc. The reason is because we've seen a lot going on over with the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and as well as some of the other altcoins. You guys know we like Cardano, if you guys have managed to see that video recently talking about it. Now, what I want to do is I want to take a look at what we're seeing with these, how these blockchain miners are reacting to this whole big bull run that we're seeing going on with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as well. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or just gently press that like button. It helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting, and subscribe if you have not already. It does help me out a lot with this channel. So if you are also interested in being a Patreon and joining the private Discord, I do have one. The link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to it. Now, looking at the price of Bitcoin right now, we recently just had Bitcoin surpass the price of $50,000, and it's kind of lingering around that price right now. Now, if you guys haven't managed to see that last Bitcoin video I made, the algorithm hasn't been pushing these videos lately, but you can see it. There's a Bitcoin technical analysis that I made just a couple days ago. It's still a relevant video going into what's going to happen with Bitcoin when it does surpass the stably pass the price of $50,000. Talking about how we're going to get to those next resistance points at $55,000, and it's something to definitely be monitoring. But I will be keeping you guys updated with what's going on with that. Now, let's also go over to what we're seeing with Ethereum, because Ethereum is a very important one to the whole blockchain mining here. Now, Ethereum is now sitting over at the price of $3,300 at this moment. So we've been having Ethereum move along very nicely here. Now, in general, at this moment, at the time I'm making this video, we just have a whole lot of green in the crypto space in general, but we have a lot going on with these altcoins and a lot going on that we need to really be monitoring. Now, looking over at Cardano, because this is the one I also just recently did a technical analysis of. I recommend you guys watching that one as well. But Cardano is now in that whole break above moment. It has surpassed the mark that I had said that it needs to do to continue going on a bull run. So we're seeing Cardano continue its run right now. This is absolutely amazing, and we might possibly be getting to the price of $3 here very soon. Definitely one to keep monitoring. But anyways, I just wanted to go cover these real fast so that way we can get into the blockchain miners and talk about what we're seeing going on in the space, and then we'll go into some catalysts after that that can really help out all the blockchain miners. Now, with Bitcoin and Ethereum looking really nice, what we need to do is you need to make sure that these blockchain miners are reacting to what is going on. And a lot of that actually has to do with what the investors are doing, because the investors are not buying into these blockchain miners like they used to back earlier in 2021, where at that time there was a lot of bullish activity going on, and now people are more concerned about buying into these things and more interested in buying into the actual commodities themselves. What they're probably not thinking is they're probably thinking that China is the big risk factor, and that's why they're avoiding it. But in reality, these are companies that are in the majority of these are companies that are in the United States and Canada, and that's one of the biggest beneficial factors of them. That a lot of that risk with China is not involved with these, and also with China being out of the way, these companies have a lot more to really gain from it. So something to really be taken into consideration. Now, looking over at Marathon Digital and looking at this, what we currently have is we have a lot of resistance at the price of $37,000, which is where it needs to be breaking out above. But keep in mind that they have a whole lot of Bitcoin on hand. And with the price of Bitcoin going up, they are definitely increasing their balance sheet, which is a great thing. But, you know, a lot isn't really reflecting on them with what's gone on with their earnings. I mean, that just came out, and that came out the previous week. But we're now seeing some sort of positive reaction to what we've been seeing. It took a little while to really get that corrected there. But anyways, I think that we have a whole lot to be gaining from Marathon Digital now that we are seeing Bitcoin, you know, at that $50,000 price range. It took a while. We needed to really see it break above, you know, that $46,000 price range and that $48,000 price range. But now we have Bitcoin in the $50,000. Now we can say, hey, this bull run is just going to keep going. It's looking really nice. I mean, hopefully it keeps going, right? Not financial advice. Anyways, let's go and look over at what we're seeing with Riot Blockchain. With Riot Blockchain, so what I did here is I'm showing where it has a lot of resistance at this moment, but where it really needs to be going, because we're not factoring a whole lot in with the price, because Riot is one that that is one of the more popular blockchain miners like Mara is, and the activity with it, because of how volatile these things are, there is a lot of trading that does change hands, throughout the day usually. But right now, I set I set the resistance at $40. We see that it has more stability at the price of around like $30, $31. But what I think that we're going to be seeing here in the very short term, possibly sometime here this week, is what I'm hoping, that we're going to see it get to the price of $38. But we really need to see it get into this resistance of about $40 to $41 and break above that, be more stable above that, and then we can start seeing more bullish buying activity, more positive volume within Riot Blockchain, and that could really be helping it out. But I mean, Riot is also a good one in my opinion, and I think that a lot of people are not really taking that into consideration, looking into it. Now, interesting one here is CleanSpark. Now, people weren't too happy with the earnings that had come out with CleanSpark. Some people, I have even heard people say a lot of negative things about it. But the thing with CleanSpark, and this is something that I just recently put on here for you guys, and what I wanted to say is that when CleanSpark did their earnings report, what they reported though was that the quarter ended on June 21st. So what you got to think about it this time, what was the price of Bitcoin on June 21st? And it was actually like around like even under $32,000 during the day, a part of the time. So I just put $32,000 on there. And so what's not being taken into consideration is the price of Bitcoin from this point to where we're at now. All this isn't factored into the stock price, and I would really be taking that into consideration, but no one's really talking about that much. I think Sam over at My Financial Friend, he talks pretty positive about CleanSpark, and this is something to really be looking at here. And I like CleanSpark. I've even made a full video about CleanSpark earlier in this year, and this is one that I do like. I am watching it. I actually like all these blockchain miners on this list. But anyways, I think that there's just not a lot that's really factored in with watching what CleanSpark is doing, and not really be taken into consideration. Because also remember, this is not just a complete mining company. This is a company that deals with energy. That's one of the pluses with blockchain. With the whole mining itself is energy, and what CleanSpark does is they are in the energy business, in the clean energy business, and that's very, very beneficial to their business. Now, let's go to HUD-8. So we're seeing a lot of positive movements here with HUD-8. Now, I didn't draw any sort of resistance lines because we don't really have a whole lot of information with HUD-8 at the moment, but what we really need to be seeing is we need to be seeing a HUD-8 breaking above the price of about $7.50 and going above that would be great. Looking over at SOS, also nothing really written in here, but there's a lot that's not really priced in with SOS. Now they have an earnings coming up, which is going to be great. Hopefully that earnings is going to be on September 1st. We'll have to see how that plays out. It can change. Sometimes my software isn't very accurate. But we'll skip the 9 for now, or we'll just take a quick gander at it. But we're going to also have reporting coming up on the same date with the 9 as we are with SOS. But I really want to get you over what the other Canadian one here, Hive Blockchain. Very similar a lot with HUD-8. I like Hive Blockchain. And Hive Blockchain, I did set a resistance point here. Hive Blockchain needs to be breaking above a price of around like $3.30 to really start getting into that more bullish area. But what we're seeing is a lot of resistance around around $3.30, and that's where it does tend to have a bit of pullback. And what we really want to see is Hive Blockchain go to a price of around like $3.50, and we can get that into more of some more like bullish activity going on. I think we'll get a lot more buying activity into Hive Blockchain if we were to see it go to that price of like $3.50. But this is one like HUD-8 is doing. They're mining Ethereum as well, so that's very beneficial to their business. Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's something that everybody's really into, both those cryptocurrencies at this moment. Now on over to Argo Blockchain. Now, Argo Blockchain is kind of in a funk right now, and what we really need to see Argo do is we need to see a break above that 190 resistance point where it's at right now. We need to see Argo go back to like $2.10 to see more bullish activity in here, see more positive buying activity, and that's what we're kind of not seeing at this moment. People are just, when they look at these earnings statements and stuff, they take too much of that into consideration with what's going on. And Argo is one that that, you know, they were a surprise, a little bit of a surprise of a negative 0.003 cents. But anyways, Argo is one that I think that we should really be watching. But at the same time, this was one that their period ended on June 21st. So again, another one with a lot of information that is not factored in. What was the look at June 21st when their period ended? Look at that stock price too, their stock. So we have a lot to really point out with the price of Bitcoin where it was at. We know it was at about $32,000 in this day. So a lot has changed since then. And it would be nice to see that factored in. Let's go on over to BitFarms now. Now, I did set a resistance point with BitFarms. I think that we're seeing a lot of that resistance, obviously, over at the price of $7.50. It would be nice to see it go back up there in the short term. That's kind of where it's trying to head at this moment. And breaking above that, going on into $8 a share eventually would be where I think it would go. But it's going to be one that we're going to have to be watching. And personally, where I'm at right now with as far as where these blockchain miners are, BitFarms and Hive Blockchain and Hut 8, those are ones that I think that for the amount of what they have as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum and such, that the price of their stocks aren't really factoring a lot of that in with what they have on their balance sheet. That capital is something that is not really taken into a whole lot of consideration, and something to really keep in mind and look more into. So I recommend everybody do more due diligence and looking into these and looking into what BitFarms is doing and what Hive Blockchain is doing and what Hut 8. I mean, everybody in general, but you're going to really like the details that you find when you do look more into what BitFarms is actually having on hand and what they're mining. A lot of good information to look into that, look into their SEC filings and such. Now, just to get to some news real quick about China and cryptocurrencies, as we know that China has really led to a lot of the whole downfall temporarily that we had seen. Now, with things that have been going on with China and everybody just washing their hands with it, that's been really beneficial. Now, what China is saying, Chinese courts have said that cryptocurrency is not protected by law. While delivering a verdict in a case that involved a potential fraud related to the purchase of crypto, the Supreme Court said in a statement that investing or trading cryptocurrency is not protected by law. This could become another significant blow to China crypto industry after the crackdowns on crypto mining across the country. Now, something to be looking at some competition for the Bitcoin miners is that Iran is going to be lifting a ban on Bitcoin mining next month, says the report. Earlier this year, Iran was responsible for an estimated 4.5% of Bitcoin mining globally. So they're going to be jumping back on this bandwagon now that we are seeing the bull market return and trying to take advantage of these gains, especially as other countries are now using it as a currency. That's something that now works as like a beneficial factor for Iran to be like, let's jump on this now too. We're also going to be seeing Bitcoin wallets going live in El Salvador on September 7th. So another thing to be looking forward to here in the future. Now, I think that we're going to be able to really see Bitcoin breaking out above these previous highs that it was at. I think that's going to be coming very soon. I think the catalysts are all in favor of Bitcoin at this moment, with it now being adopted as an actual currency in a country. That's a major benefiting factor to it right now. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of just cover all this in this video, go through what the blockchain miners are doing, and go in a little bit about the catalyst to look forward to with Bitcoin and such. And I really think that we're going to be seeing some great things, these blockchain miners. So I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about all of it. Please let me know in the comments section. It really does also help move the videos when you guys do comment. I do like that. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. New videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.